Hey, what's up? This is Buzz from Unearth, and you're geeking out with Gear Gods.
This is Chris from Unearth, and you are geeking out to Gear Gods.
What's up, guys? My name's Nick from Unearth, and you're geeking out with Gear Gods.
What's up? This is Buzz from the band Unearth. I'm here with Gear Gods in beautiful Upland, California. The date today is irrelevant, but we're here to talk about gear. So, let's get on with it. I have a guitar to make guitar noises with. It's the new ESP Buzz 7 QM for 2016. You could probably see how mucked up it is. It kind of gets covered in beer and sweat and pubes. Yeah, it's a ripper, man. It's, kind of made a little bit thinner than their average rig. Put the guy in the back. It's kind of cool. And then, yeah, Fishman, the Stephen Carpenter signature Fishmans are in there. Those glow in the dark. Pretty sweet. In here, this nice Fender-made case. I think they might have stole the design from Scott Dixon, or Scott Dixon stole it from them. I don't really know. I don't really care. It's a great case. I get 3 guitars in it at under 50 pounds, so that's always convenient when checking it at airports. This is a backup. Actually, we have one song that's in standard E that we couldn't convert to drop B, or standard B, I should say. All the stuff is in drop B, so a lot of the older songs are written in standard B, and then we're like, all right, well, drop tuning sounds a little bit better, just because the way it rings out. You can run around like a monkey while it's ringing out. But there was a couple songs that we couldn't transfer over effectively, so we bring a standard E guitar. This is just the Buzz 7 Snow White Sunburst, I believe the finish is called. This is just a backup with some more Fishmans in them. I don't even know what models those are. Sometimes I write stuff on that fret because there's like a big bend on there, and I can never find it in the half a second that I left for me to get from here to there. So there's your standard EVH 5153 cab. Solid rig, as you can see. It's been toured on. Still sounds great. Looks the way a cab should look. A lot of people like road cases. Fuck that. Cab's already in a road case. You see this? Tolex road case. And then the Shure Wireless, whatever model that is, GLX D4. As you can see, I'm on channel 2, channel 1, group 2. Fun facts. Maxon OD808, put it in front of every amp. And the Boss tuner, just because it's a Boss tuner. And then we'll go over here to this rig. This is a powered Kemper. It's awesome. I love it. It's convenient. It sounds great out front. Always works. We switch all the patches, like if it's a lead patch with a little bit of delay or a clean channel, switch it through some MIDI program on the computer. It's a Ken Susi, Ken Susi's world. He's kind of savvy with that, so that's pretty cool about it. He's running the same rig. And I only got it because Ken got one. I was like, it sounds good. Like, I didn't want to like it, but it sounds awesome. So I told Ken, look, if I get one, will you put all of your profiles on it? He's like, yeah, sure. So, because I don't have time to mess with making sounds. I just want to turn it on and play guitar. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then Ken, he's running this thing through this Mesa cab, and he's got his rigs over there.
What's up, y'all? My name's Nick Pierce, and I play drums for the band Unearth. And today I'm here with Gear Gods going over my kit specs. So let's get started. So for drums, I'm playing a Tama Birch Bubinga Star Classic kit. It's got a smoky blue indigo burst for the finish on all the drums. Tom sizes are 10, 12, 16, and 22 by 20 kick. Great sounding drums. The mix of the birch and the Bubinga gives it a great pop. The initial attack right off of the drums is incredible. They're perfect for metal. However they engineered these things, they did it just for what I do. It's an incredible sounding kit. They're really big sounding. They've got a really quick sustain, so they get into the mix and they get out right when you want them. So for heads on the drums, I'm using Evans EC2s for batters all across the top, and then on bottoms I'm using Evans G1s. For the snare drum, that's a Tama SLP 13 by 6.5 G maple, or no, sorry, 13 by 7 G maple snare. Really awesome snare. I mean, the nice thing about it is the tube lugs on it can hold pretty good tension. You can see I've got an Evans hybrid on top. The Evans hybrid can really hold up to quite the beating, and having the tube lugs on the SLP, it holds tunings really well, and it sounds incredible. So the smaller size gives it that nice dynamic crack right off the top end, and then the bigger depth at 7 inches gives you that nice wall up in the background. So it's a really well balanced snare drum. Let's see, and then other Tama gear, all the hardware and stand stuff are all Tama Road Pro. These things have been around on tour for about 5 years now, and I've had nothing break on me. All the pieces are still intact. I haven't had to replace anything. It's some of the best hardware I think you could possibly get in the business. It's simple, it's engineered just the way a drummer needs it, and it's not overdone. There's not too much extra stuff that'll, fail on you or break. I've been really happy with the hardware that I have. As for pedals, the hi-hat stand is a Speed Cobra hi-hat, and then the Speed Cobra double pedal as well. I'll be using some custom beaters on the pedal that I made myself. They're kind of a knockoff off of Tama's beaters, and then I put some wood of my choice on there, so it sounds pretty good. I put desert ironwood on there. It's one of the densest woods you can get, so there's a lot of attack, and it's got a great punch to it. For springs on there, I'm using the Tama heavy duty springs, so there's a little bit more rebound, a little bit more durability. Overall, great feeling pedal. They're quick, they're loud. It's just what I need for my big legs pushing tempos, But so yeah, that's it for the Tama stuff. For cymbals, I'm using all Zildjian gear. I've got 19 inch 19-inch ultra hammered china on the left, and then a 21-inch ultra hammered china on the right. 17-inch projection crash on the left, and 19-inch projection crash on the right. The blend of the ultra hammered plus the A customs is impeccable. I couldn't tell you, they're so durable and they sound beautiful together, and they cut right through the mix. Both of the chinas are the best I've heard, and they hold up. I have not found another china that can hold a candle to these two. So for effects, I'm using an 11-inch K-Custom hybrid splash, and then to the right of that is a 12-inch a regular splash, and to the right of that is a Zildjian 10-inch trash former. For a ride cymbal, that blue Liberty Bell looking thing is a Mega Bell ride. And for hats, I'm using 14-inch A Quick Beat hats. So yeah, I love my cymbal selection. What I've got going right now is what I've been sticking with for the last year or so since I signed on with Zildjian. And they sound incredible, and they hold up to quite the beating. The highlights of this kit, I think, is that the Mega Bell ride. You can see it's quite abused, but that thing is indestructible, and the bell on that sounds primitive. It's just ignorant sounding ride. Couldn't be happier with having that guy in the mix. Same thing with all the effects. I've struggled in the past with having effect cymbals, and they just don't blend that well together in the kit. You do a lot of jumping around from doing tom to cymbal fills, and it just never feels like it gels together. The setup that I have right now, everything just sounds unified. It's a beautiful thing. But yeah, that's pretty much the Zildjian stuff. And then I guess lastly is sticks. I'm using ProMark 595 forward balance, and these are the acorn tip. I just started using these recently. They just came out with the acorn tip. Before that, it was the oval tip. I feel like the forward balance with the acorn tip on it's got a little bit more beefiness on the taper on the end there, and then they're a great stick. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about a drumstick other than that they get the job for me get the job done every night, But yeah, that's what I do. Those are my drums and stuff.
My name's Chris O'Toole, play for Unearth. and this is Gear God's TV. So, yeah, it's a relatively simple rig. It's a Ernie Ball H8 Stingray here. It's white body, dual humbuckers, 3-stage EQ right there. I usually have it right there, flat EQ. Everything's stock, chrome hardware. It's a white bass, and it's actually the neck from a Stealth model, so it's ebony. I think it's 24 frets, it works great. And from there I go into a wireless. This is a Shure GLX wireless unit, and that goes into this wireless receiver, which is also a tuner. So it saves space on your pedal board. Radial JDI for pure clean signal to the sound guy. He usually just uses this for sort of bass. And then I have little pick holders here. So, and then that goes into a dark glass Microtubes B7K analog preamp. This thing is essentially the new Sans amp. It sounds nicer to me. It's like a real modern distortion channel. And that is powered by a Coix, I don't even know how you pronounce that, Coix Adam power supply. That's just basically the smallest, lightest power supply. And the cool thing about that one is that you can, I don't know if you can see this, for fly-in dates, there's a voltage selector right there, and you can switch between 115 and 230 volts for Europe and Australia and stuff like that, which is real handy. And then from there we go down to the amp rig. So that goes straight into the Mesa M6 carbine, which I use each night. I just got this as well, this Mesa Subway D800, which is essentially a backup, but I've been using it more and more each time, and it's a little bit more user-friendly than this one, because this one's just so damn powerful. You know, so it's almost too loud on stage. But and the cool thing about this one here, the Sub 800, is it's like 600 watts, and it's like 5 pounds, so it's super light. It's in Class D technology, and you can use it for fly-in dates. So, so for automatic power supply, you don't have to worry about the power messing up the amp at all, and it's super light and reliable. So, in the cases that you don't have an SVT stack, it works wonderfully for those, you know. And then that's powered by, I've got a little Furman power conditioner. That works kind of nice with the light at the back, you know, for dark venues. Drawer at the bottom for beer and stuff. And I use Mesa road ready cabs wherever I can. These things are like totally over-engineered, but they're super well made, super reliable. And I also put, if you go to the back of the cab, if you can see this, went and invested in some super heavy duty rubber casters to make it easier to load, because it's literally 200, 210 pounds as is. So we can put it on its back, put the front cover on, which is over there. We can see that, that's the front cover for the cab. And then we can use it essentially as a trolley to load all our stuff up. And that's basically it.
Ride of choice. Phil Collins used it. I mean, come on, Phil Collins.
With a maple top, flame maple top.
The serial number says it's from 2001.
It looks pretty.